Grand Risings. Today is Self Care Saturday, May 21st, and this is your Shekinah podcast. Today, my lovelies, is my favorite day of the week. It is Self Care Saturday. And we all know Self Care Saturday is the day where we pour into ourselves. As we pour into ourselves today, I want you to keep in mind just how beautiful, valuable, and special you are. I want you to think back, go through your achievement journal, go through your gratitude journal, and I want you to think back to all of the things that you contributed, your presence contributed on this planet. And think about what would have happened if your presence wasn't here. Because I want you to realize how essential you truly are. A lot of us walk around and we do not know our true intrinsic value. But once you start figuring that out and start pouring into yourself, like how we do on these Self-Care Saturday, your whole life transforms. Take it from me. I was a chronic giver. I would give till I had nothing left. And then I used to be resentful because I gave, had nothing left, and there wasn't anybody pouring back in. And I was frustrated by that process. So I became angry instead of checking myself. I was not checking the way that I showed up in life and the way that I showed up in situations. When you are a giver, let me tell you how this should really work, so you will not feel resentful for caring and reaching out to people. Okay, so imagine your giving is like you pouring into someone's cup, and you're pouring in their cup, and meanwhile your cup is losing liquid, right? Because you're pouring it into their cup. And then you're pouring and you're not getting any liquid back. And then now your cup is dry. And the person with the full cup just sits there. And it can't even move because it's so filled with how much that you poured into it. And then you get angry. You're mad that the object is not moving to pour back into you the same way that you overly poured into it. Not realizing that your overpouring also prevented the other person or object or whatever it is that we're talking about from moving. So now you're resentful at the other individual for your actions. Instead of pouring into a situation, waiting for you to be replenished from the initial pouring, and then pouring that into you. That person pours into you, you pour into them. It's reciprocal. No one's cup runs dry. But when you're constantly pouring, and they get mad at the other individual for catching everything that you were pouring, then there's a problem there. There's a lack of self-accountability. Self-accountability makes it possible for us to actually grow. When you see the role that you played in your own demise, you'll start showing up different. You'll start showing up better. I learned these techniques from pouring into myself and knowing how I like to be filled equally. You know, at one point I was okay with just being the only giver, until it became overwhelming and I had no more left in my reserves. But once I learned the art of balancing out, knowing when to give and knowing when to receive, my whole life transformed. So today, I want you to be in total receive mode. I want you to receive all that is due to you. I want you to feel the love that is genuine in your life. And another thing that you can attract when you're a constant and a chronic giver are people who are users. And they're looking at you like, oh, wow, like that's a free meal. And then they'll go feast accordingly. So we have to be discerning of who we give our time to. And today, we're giving our time to ourselves so we know just how valuable we are and who and what type of energy we should give time to. And that comes through the exploration of self. As you are totally worth it. All right, my lovelies. If you need further support on your healing journey, head over to ShekinahWisdom.com to book an appointment. This weekend, I am updating the website. So I'm going to return with bringing back the whole energy read for the week. And so that's going to be cool because a lot of people requested it. And so yesterday I made the decision to bring that aspect back. I'll be working on that on this weekend, and every weekend I will update it for the week, right? And I'm going to update the music, the Clairaudient music section as well. Now, I Am You collection, I'm having issues with Shopify with my website. There's so many red tape, so much mess with it. But that is still in effect. I still have plenty of jewelry that I need to also post because I've been making new pieces. So creative. And and if you want to support the work we're doing here, you can Cash App Unearthing of Truth. All right, my lovers, you have a wonderful, happy, motivational self-care Saturday.